Hi, I'm Jupiter. Welcome to my channel. I wanted to sit down with my mystical shaman oracle tonight and just see what came out. So we have the rainbow. Let's just see what message the collective needs to hear. Magic. Let's see if anything else needs to come out. Okay. Oh, we have mystical shaman and lightning. So put these right. Let's see if we have enough space for all of it. So there's the rainbow really represents the 7 chakras and the 7 steps along the spiritual path in order to open these chakras. So it's really telling a story of taking steps along a path in order to obtain what is needed. And then with magic, this is the source. For me, when I get this card, this represents Mother Gaia and the source where all life comes from. There's really a sense of deep purity in this card, almost like a crystalline presence. And it's really about attaining your inner magic in its purest form. And the mystical shaman, this is someone who, they're a storyteller. There's someone who is very knowledgeable and has had their eyes opened. So this really tells a story of someone has been working very hard at their path, and they have opened themselves up to their magic in its deepest and purest form. And you're at this stage where you are reaching this level. You've had your eyes opened, and you now are attaining the knowledge that was held within your soul. There's a real sense of the communication with all of your lives, all the lives that you've lived, both past and future. You're very open to what you are gaining in this moment. And lightning is really about that raw power that you can create. This doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, because lightning can strike and it can burn. But when you have done the work and you've done it correctly, this can be a very powerful thing. And you can access your power in such a way that you can make very real change in your own life and the lives of those around you. There's a very real sense of having been on this path and worked very, very hard and opened yourself, and now you're there. You've reached this point, and what you do moving forward really is up to you. But having such a pure form of magic as what I'm seeing here, you have the ability to direct how it flows. I'm actually going to use my shadow spinner. Let's see what my tarot has to say about this. So we've got the King of Pentacles. So this shows that you are someone who has grounded yourself. You're very grounded and you're slow to move. You pause and wait in order to make decisions before you make a decision. And then the Ace of Cups shows this new beginning, and there's a lot of creativity here. The Seven of Swords, this can be about trickery behind the scenes. It can also be about strategy and strategizing. Let me see what the cards say. So there's the Hierophant. And the Tower. The Three of Swords. And the King of Swords. So this is actually very interesting because I would have said this was about strategizing, but it seems as though there's some type of lesson that needs to be gained here. The Hierophant is a teacher and guide. And the Tower is about an inevitable change coming. And the Three of Swords, this is heartbreak. And with the King of Swords, this shows someone who is very direct and expects people to follow. He expects people to follow. His word is law. This feels as though something is being done behind the scenes, some type of trickery. There's a new beginning coming, but there's something going on that you don't see. And it is inevitable. And it feels as though this is going to be very painful. It's very interesting. So I got the Nine of Wands and Strength. And the Nine of Wands is about breaking past your barriers. This is about some type of struggle that you've had and you're breaking through. It almost feels as if this is something that you have passed through and now you need strength in order to move into the future. It's very interesting because I see that there's a lot of work that's been done. It almost feels like with these cards and with lightning there is, and it's reflected in the Tower actually. We have a bolt of lightning coming down. It really feels like a warning is being given. I feel as though there's some type of guidance that you need to seek out in order to move into this new beginning. And something needs to be cleared away. And there is someone, either they're in your life or they're coming into your life, and they expect things to be done in the way that they want them to be done. They really are immovable, and this is going to cause a lot of heartbreak, a lot of hurt. Let me see if I can get some clarification on the Three of Swords. I guess we're getting these. So the 8 of Pentacles and the Devil. So you're working very hard at something, but you're allowing yourself to be caught up in the work. I feel like what this is saying is that you're working so hard, and we have here the spider creating her web. And she's worked very, very hard at this situation. But there's something that she's avoiding. And it's going to cause heartbreak if it is not addressed. There's someone in your life, and I feel like you probably already know this. You need to face down to them. You need to stand up to them. You've been putting all of this work into your path. And you've been working so hard at everything you're doing, and you're doing this work of being grounded. I almost feel as though when I take a second look at this card, this is someone who is almost immovable. And when it comes to these two, when I put them together, this actually, it feels like these are two people who are unwilling to change their views in order to work together. And there is a lot of trickery being done behind the scenes. There's a lot of strategizing. Someone is going in, maybe both of these people are going in behind each other's backs. And you've reached an impasse. With the 7 of Swords and the Hierophant, I feel as though something is going to come to light in this situation. There's something that is going to be found out. And you've definitely been putting a lot of work into something, but it feels as though something is not being addressed, and it needs to be addressed, or everything is going to fall apart almost. But with the two cards that came out here, this feels as though this blockage is something that you are going to work toward. You're going to work through, because he's looking back at this person here. It's almost as if he's moved on and he's looking back at the situation, and he's moving forward with strength. There's a lot of strength here. So there's something here which it almost, I keep hearing, get out of the way. I just keep hearing, get out of the way. And I had the Fool just kind of fall out at the bottom of the deck. This really feels as though someone is going to have to step back. And if the other person isn't going to do it, then you need to be the bigger person. It could also mean that there's some type of blockage that you're not wanting to see. Maybe this is someone who's close to you. Maybe this is someone who you think is going to just move on. But it feels as though this needs to be addressed, or there's going to be this showdown, really. Especially with the lightning. I keep coming back to this because it is a destructive force. There's a lot of work being put into this. And you're putting a lot of work into it. And sometimes it's better to take a step away. View it impassively. View the situation impassively. Don't let yourself get caught. Don't let yourself get too caught up in the work and miss what's really going on. I really feel as though whatever this is going to come to light for you. And there is going to be a big change. And if you take that step back and just take a step aside, you're going to work through this. Something's going to be done. Either it really feels like you need to be the person that just kind of takes a step back. And in taking that step back, you're going to come through and you're going to come out on the other side, and you're going to look back at this situation and you're going to see it for what it really is. And in this situation, you're going to gain this strength and you're going to start out fresh. It really feels like you're going to start out fresh. So I really feel as though there really is this reflection between the rainbow and the Eight of Pentacles of all of this hard work that you're putting into this situation, and you are where you need to be. But there's also a warning, because you have the power in this situation. You really do have the power. It really feels as though it almost feels as though you are in a position to make this judgment, and only you can do this, and it's going to put you on a new path. But be careful about how you go about this, because someone could get harmed. Something could happen that could harm someone in this situation. But I really feel as though, especially with these cards, and we have actually the Six of Swords on the bottom, so this really amplifies that, of this moving into a new stage, moving on. You're going to take this step back and you're going to realize what the situation is, and it's going to allow you to gain the knowledge and the strength that you need in order to move into a new stage in your life. I'm going to leave this here because I feel like that's the end of this reading. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you made it to the end, please leave me a like, and I hope to see you next time.